Let's see if that works. Well, we lost all the... Oh, it's preamble. Preamble again.
Yeah.
Because the footage has been corrupted, so I can't...
Oh.
Can't do... Oh, we lost all that beautiful preamble about fans.
Oh, right.
And, how the windmills of Cyprus...
yeah, I don't know anything
kind
about
of
that.
against it. No, it's wind power. It's all right.
The whole of Cyprus.
I don't know. When I went to Cyprus, there was a few windmills, wind turbines. Apparently, they kill lots of birds.
I can imagine that's true.
But they don't go very fast. Like, it's not like they're spinning fast.
Yeah.
They're just turning slowly. But birds, I don't know, they get hit by planes, don't they? So, makes sense they get hit by a windmill. Yeah.
It could happen. Birds aren't particularly clever.
There could be. Could be what? You've just got a text from birds. Fuck off, mate. We're well clever. We've got our own cell reception.
Sorry.
Stuff like that.
It's, no, Vix is out shopping and I need to... I forgot to put something on the list. A staple.
Quick! Hobnobs. Need hobnobs stat.
Chicken.
Coffee beans. Get the sardines out. Was it sardines for breakfast? I can't remember what fish.
Oh, it used to be mackerel. No, I haven't had that in a while, actually.
Oh, they got away from you. You just stopped fishing.
I just switched things up.
Mix it up.
Now it's
Fuck off mackerel.
It's switched the meat to chicken sausage, which is quite nice, actually.
Yeah, chicken sausages are good.
Yeah.
But yeah, better than mackerel. I don't know why. I don't know. Starting the day with the mackerel, it's too small a fish. I said it before. It's smaller than a fist.
I'm more of a trout.
Well, it's got to be large enough to like claim victory for the day. It feels like eating clothes pegs, eating mackerel. Like you can catch a clothes peg pretty easily, right? It's not a challenge to your humanity.
I mean, if someone's holding it open, I guess you could.
Holding it open.
Well, yeah, they've got to clamp it onto the line. If catch a clothes peg.
Yeah. It's like pinch it, don't you? You reach up and pinch it. You got yourselves a clothes peg. Same deal with mackerel, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm boring you, Steve.
No, sorry.
Hunting mackerel like clotheslines.
Been a busy couple of days. I always thought, wait, have I been mackerel fishing? I think I've been mackerel fishing. Mackerel fishing is the one where, you get a line that's got like 10 hooks on it, and you just dump it in the sea off the side of the boat.
Fuck it off.
And then you pick it up, and miraculously, suddenly there's 10 fish.
Yeah, fishing's weird when you think about it.
Yeah?
It's like I think there's a lot of similarities between fishing and like scrap metal salvage that are pretty similar. Like you just kind of let some magnets in the sea, then you get a Ferrari or something, don't you?
I see people fishing out like trolleys and bikes and stuff, and there's videos on TikTok like 3-parters of like guys with big strong magnets like putting them in the Thames and stuff. Oh, yeah. And then they're like, oh, got a big one here, wait for part 2, and then you watch part 2 and he's like, oh, it's still big, still pulling it.
Oh my god, it's gonna need a third part. The third part is they're like, please give to this charity.
It's never something decent. It's never like a safe or something.
Yeah, I've seen people put like change boxes you get under cash registers, and there's been like loads of coppers in there. Like, oh well.
But like, I guess, but why? Why are people throwing tills in the river? Ah, there you go. No, why wouldn't you just send it to the dump?
True, but then it's more satisfying, isn't it?
Oh, so you do it purposely for someone to find it?
Yeah, you add to society.
Yeah.
You add to history.
Yeah.
Right, because then some years down the line, some guy from Blackadder is going to be like, oh, we've started Time Team, and we found Tim's will or something that he threw in a river. And now he will forever be remembered.
Did you ever do a time capsule?
I think I did.
Yeah.
Lost it.
No idea where.
Yeah. Somewhere.
No, someone will dig it up. Yeah, no, I think I've done them with school and stuff, and they used to put stupid things in them. Never anything that I'd want to put in them.
It is weird how school teaches you to bury things alive. Just bury that alive. Well, I mean, you put your like household pets in your time capsule, right?
No.
No. Oh. That's why I don't have fish anymore. But yeah. Remember this next year, and then you'll understand the concept of time passing. And that you get older and your dreams fade. Do you remember when you wanted to be a Power Ranger? Now you don't. Now you want to be a train. You've grown up.
Yeah, that's it. They'd do stuff like that, and they'd write down like, "Oh, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And this would be in like year 1, and then they'd dig it up in year 6 and be like, "Oh, I wanted to be something different than what I want to be now."
You failed.
Yeah.
Now go on to secondary school or whatever it is.
Yeah.
They'll probably learn something from it.
Yeah.
Just get kids out of the house.
And did you have a face towel from primary school? Did you do that?
No.
No, it was quite popular around here.
We use wool towels or like cotton towels.
Yeah, all the primary schools made their own tea towels, and then they'd sell them to the parents. And it's basically the kid does like draws like a little doodle. Every kid in school draws a little picture of themselves and writes their name under it, but really shit because kids can't write properly.
Kids are stupid.
They take all of them and put them on a towel with like the school emblem on it and get them printed, and then they sell the fucking thing to all the parents. Like, look at this shit thing that your kid did.
Okay, we've merchandised your kids' shit drawings.
Yeah.
£10, and it'll go towards the fate.
Yeah.
You get less shy coconuts. See what happens.
Yeah.
Got to fund it. Parents are stupid. Kids are stupid. Why not?
Very true. Oh god.
Cycle of life.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't this week.
Can't. Well, we're episode 256.
256.
256. 256.
Yeah.
How are you, Steve? You said you had a busy couple of days.
I'm all right, man. I'm fucking shattered. It's been a busy week.
Yeah.
I finished up all the workshops and stuff this week.
You've stopped caring about
I've stopped
kids
lying
now?
to kids. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, I mean, not officially, but
no, but
professionally.
In secret, you're still lying to kids. As far as the authorities know, you've stopped.
Yeah. Now I just do it as a hobby. Before I was being paid for it.
Hobby / passion / fetish.
Yeah. So I had like 2 full days of that, and then 2 full day shoots, and a lot of editing in between. We went to a village fete yesterday, and there was like an impromptu. I think they planned it, but it didn't seem very planned. An impromptu dog show with just any dog that showed up, and they judged it on a couple of different categories. And the guy came around and was like, "Just please enter your dog because nobody's entering."
Don't have enough dogs.
Well, nobody was entering him because everyone was just like, our dog's not good enough for a dog show. And he was just like, it's a village fair dog show. Like, people just want to see a bunch of dogs. Like, they don't care.
Well, I don't know what one is, but I've been invited to one next week.
Oh, right.
And I don't know what it is. I assume they're like, this dog has a glossy coat, have a ribbon.
Yeah, well,
is it
that's
that
just it. So this one, they just picked their own criteria. They got all the dogs in like a ring, and then they made us do like a lap, and it was like you're judging the best behaved, the best looking, and the best handshake, and Riley missed out on the best looking, which I still think was a fix.
Could be.
The best behaved he never had a chance at, really. But he won best handshake, which was good. And out of 10 dogs, which is it's a respectable prize to earn. Like, put her there. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, he's a man. He's a dog of his word.
Yeah.
So he'll get the job done.
Yeah.
I guess.
So yeah, in the past few years, Riley now has more accolades than me.
He's a bigger success.
Yeah, bigger, I would say.
More renown in the village now.
Yeah, more people know who he is than they know who I am.
And you're trying to promote local business.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's Riley and that guy that stands behind Riley.
Yeah, he does bakery videos. Good. But like, he's Riley's dude. All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's a really weird concept. But villages, I guess, are probably weird concepts in themselves.
Yeah,
Would there be a baby show? I guess there'd be a baby show if there's a dog show.
There was no baby show, but a baby show would creep me out a bit. But there was an impromptu tractor show afterwards.
Oh, no, the best handshake goes to... tractor's got a pretty horrible handshake.
Yeah, it just broke all my fingers.
Killed my dog.
I asked him to shake my hand and just ploughed that field over there.
Just harvested my family. Oh, fucking terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, just please give us your dog so that we can ridicule it in public / celebrate it in public. It's a roll of the dice. See what happens. So. But villages, they got to make their own entertainment, don't they? Bring out your dogs and we'll judge them. Okay. It's a weird judgment day. Less Terminators, more dogs shaking hands.
I wasn't sure about the dog show thing, but because they didn't take it so seriously, it was actually all right.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I'd feel weird about it. But I'm a weird guy.
It's fair
but
enough.
I'd feel really weird about like someone being like, "Can we put your dog into this tournament?"
Yeah, there was no like knockout rounds or anything.
No.
It's just...
Look, I'll kill you all. Yeah. Well, yeah, it makes sense if there's a baby show. But there probably is a baby show. There's baby shows in America. There's those beauty pageants. Where it's like, how beautiful is this child? Weird. Yeah. So I reckon there's probably similar stuff. Yeah. This baby's got a shit handshake. That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's just got no... I mean, the babies have got a good grip, though.
Maybe. Could probably... I reckon if you held one over a bridge, I reckon they wouldn't hold on as tight as you'd expect. They'd just be like, I just want to, let me go.
Yeah.
I mean, I spend all day shitting myself and talking in a language that nobody understands. Just, let's get it over with quick.
Yeah.
Baby bridge death. It's a good thing to start off with it. Oh, it's probably why this was in my mind. Did you? A bit of news this week. This has been everywhere, so I'm sure that you've heard it.
Okay.
The naked baby from the Nirvana album cover is suing Nirvana.
Yeah, I did hear that. What a load of bollocks.
Well, it's just because I think this is intended to anger people. I don't know why it would anger people. It's fucking hilarious that a giant baby is suing a band. But like it's
like
just
permanent emotional distress or something like that,
and prostitution because the baby was reaching for a dollar bill means it's a prostitute baby. But it's just like I get that this guy just wants some money.
Yeah,
just wants some money, and he was a baby once in a swimming pool with Nirvana, or the photographer for Nirvana, and he was like, well, I could probably sue this for money. And everyone can go, that's fine, do that, exploit the system, no one cares. If you want to attempt a lawsuit, go for it. But don't try and say that what you were doing was child pornography.
Yeah, no.
It's like, yes, you were naked, but you were a baby, and it doesn't quite count. And you were reaching for a dollar bill. It's an artwork piece. It's not like they're not trying to say you were actually a prostitute. Or maybe they were, but it was the message of the artwork, not the intention of the photographer.
I think I read that, like, the original photo, like, they asked... it was like at a pool party or something like that, and they asked the dad if they could take the photo. And the dad's conditions were, yes, you can do it, but I want $200 and a party. and they're like, yeah, all right, fair enough.
No.
So Dad got paid.
Yeah, well, I'll go into it. The man who was photographed naked underwater as a baby and later ended up on Nirvana's iconic Nevermind album cover filed a lawsuit Tuesday, alleging he was a victim of child pornography. The album shows him swimming in a pool as a then infant. It's a weird term, but as a then infant with his penis exposed. It includes a digital imposition of a dollar bill on a fish hook that the baby looks like he's trying to grab. Their cover was widely considered a rebuke of capitalism. Non-sexualized photos of infants are generally not considered child pornography under law, but the lawyer alleges the inclusion of the currency in the shot makes the baby appear like a sex worker.
Oh, shit.
Again, you go under the context of you're just trying to sue to make some money, make up whatever shit you want.
Yeah.
Fine, do it. But don't try and make yourself, well, I was a hooker. Eden is asking for at least $150,000 from each of the defendants, who include surviving band members Dave Grohl and Chris Novoselic, Courtney Love, Guy Osiri and Heather Parry, who are managers of Cobain's estate, photographer Kirk Weddle, art director Robert Fisher, and a number of existing or defunct record companies that released the album over the last 30 years. The original Nirvana drummer, Chad Channing. Good old Chad Channing was also named as a defendant, even though he wasn't in the band in 1990. He was replaced by David Grohl at that time. So just any previous drummers as well.
Yeah.
Anybody who hummed up the song before it was written, please do that. Weddle took a series of graphic nude photographs of Spencer, the suit says, to ensure the album cover would trigger a visceral sexual response from the viewer. I don't think
they're graphic.
No, and it's not triggering a visceral sexual response.
No.
It's not intended to be seductive. Weddle activated Spencer's gag reflex before throwing him underwater.
What?
To give him apparently to change the expression on the baby's face, they activated the baby's gag reflex before throwing him underwater.
Okay.
To highlight in poses that highlight and emphasize his exposed genitals. In 2008, Spencer's father, Rick, recounted the 1991 shoot to NPR. He said his friend Weddle, the photographer, in quotes, calls us up and was like, "Hey, Rick, want to make $200 and throw your kid in the drink?" The father recalled. I was like, "What's up?" And he's like, well, this is a father speaking. This is a father of a baby prostitute speaking.
Yeah.
I was like, "What's up?" And he's like, "Well, I'm shooting kids all day this week, and why don't you meet me at the Rose Bowl, throw your kid in the drink, and we just have a big party at the pool?" And then, no one had any idea what was going on. So it sounds like he's with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's up? What's up? I want to photograph your kid naked. Whoa, that sounds great.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'll pay you $200. All right. Why don't you throw your kid in the drink? Okay, fair enough. But slightly surreal and slightly weird. But if you remove all the victimhoodness, then yeah, people sued Bleach for having "do not drink" on it. You're improving the legal system and you're pointing out a hole in it.
They sued it for not having, or for having.
For not having "do not drink." So all those stupid legal cases that happen over the past decades.
Like being sued because my coffee was too hot.
Yeah, and it's like, I get that it's stupid and you're a worse person than the average person, but fuck it. You're playing with the system and you're just trying to point out things and you're taking advantage, but I don't care, so go forth. But if you're being like, well, actually, it hurt me inside. Yeah. Like, well, no, just no one cares about your emotions. But so long as the baby appears as the baby, I don't mind. Oh, in similar news, the tiger who came to tea is being suggested to be removed because of all the rape and harassment, activists have said. I haven't read much of the tiger who came to tea.
Never
is there
heard
much
of it.
rape? You never heard of it? Never heard of it? It's
No.
like a children's book. Yeah, as in primary school it was around. I don't think I ever read it. But yes, it's about a tiger who comes by and has a brew.
Okay.
And it goes home, I think. But in between the lines, I think apparently there's a lot of rape and harassment. Children's stories
That's
such as the
usual in
tiger who came
children's
to
books.
tea. Oh, yeah. Well, it's all under the covers, isn't it? I mean, it depends how you frame it, right? Like Little Red Riding Hood is about some kind of disguise-wearing serial killer trying to eat children.
I always remember these things and people being like, well, it's about a woman having her period for the first time and stuff like that. It was just like, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe, but
can be. That's the point of these stories, that they can be interpreted in a number of ways. Well, Little Red Riding Hood's cloak was red. That means menstruation.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it does.
Yeah.
Maybe it means something else.
And every woman goes through that period in her life where she's visited by 3 bears.
Yeah. pickiness. I mean, really, that's about Chernobyl when you think about it. I mean, Chernobyl was a bit too hot,
Yeah.
I mean, somewhere else was a bit too cold. So they all went to Kettering or something like that. But yeah, they're trying to ban these old school books. I haven't got much of it because it was privatised, but it says, children's stories such as The Tiger Who Came to Tea are causing sexual harassment and rape because they reinforce harmful gender stereotypes. And apparently it includes an old-fashioned portrayal of women. The old-fashioned women who have tea with tigers stereotype, which is very harmful to society.
It sounds pretty badass, to be honest.
Well, I mean, maybe they're saying that, I mean, again, I don't know the rest of the article, but maybe they're saying that if a tiger comes in your house and women are just expected to make a cup of tea for them, then it's going to,
to be honest,
lead to harmful consequences.
I don't think gender really has anything to do with it. If a tiger is in my house and it asks for a cup of tea, I'm going to make it a brew.
Yeah. I saw, I can't remember, I mentioned it last week, but I saw a victim of a tiger attack recently and his face was just an eye. That's all that was left. He went in to take a selfie and it was just an eye with no socket. Wow.
Oh, God. Is this from following Tom Segura or something?
No, this is just, I've got a friend.
Oh, right.
Who, I think we got into a conversation, we chat every now and then, and we were talking about something horrific that I saw recently. He's like, you think that's horrific? Oh, no, I showed him the horrific video of a man being pulled into a, what was it called? A ply? So it's something that spins really fast.
A lathe.
A lathe! Man got pulled into a lathe by the head.
Oh.
And it was, he went from human being to just fog very quickly.
Oh.
And it's that I got from Tom Segura. But that was, I watched that, I was like, that's pretty horrific. I'll show this to my friend who works with lathes.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, these help me be safe. So he sent me loads of videos. So one of them was a guy who tried to take a selfie with a tiger. Another one, similarly, was a guy who played with fireworks in his kitchen. Again, just like the lower jaw of a person was left.
Christ.
Pretty horrific. But sexist tiger who came to tea. Stop having tea with tigers, people. It's sexist. Oh, what's going on with my camera? One sec. I need to see if that... It was recording, but now it's preparing data. What does that mean? 1 second. Well, it's paused. So does it still have footage? Yes, it still has footage. We're just going to pray.
All right.
Just going to hope that it's working, really. It says it's got frames from before. Who knows? Maybe it was a tiger who came in and asked for a frappuccino or something. You got some stuff from the audience this week.
Oh.
Always fun. A man has been arrested and a police officer hurt as protesters cited an ancient clause of the Magna Carta in an effort to take back Edinburgh Castle. I remember reading this when this happened. Something about, people were trying to take Edinburgh Castle back. Edinburgh Castle was under siege. I don't know why people want it back. I'm assuming it's already there. Maybe it's an overbearing castle.
Who are you taking it from? And where are you going to try and take it to?
Where are you going to put it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's difficult where you put all these knickknacks like Edinburgh Castle.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
Most people just buy something from the gift shop.
Yeah, I want the whole castle, please. Historic Environment Scotland said that a group of about 20 people entered the castle yesterday afternoon without paying and then refused to leave. Police were called to the scene about 5 p.m. and a man was arrested. So 20 people tried to besiege Edinburgh Castle.
You need more than that. It's pretty heavy.
It's pretty... Well, it's invadable. I guess Troy was like 7 people, right?
Was it?
I don't know.
What, the horse? No.
Yeah, how many people you put in a horse?
No, that's Trojan, isn't it?
Yeah, but it happened in Troy.
Oh, did it?
Hence
Is that the same
Trojan
thing?
horse.
Right, okay.
The Troys are... People who live from Troy are the Trojans.
I don't know history.
Yes, it's all the past, isn't it? But yeah, that footage shared on social media showed protesters claiming they were seizing the castle under Article 61 of the Magna Carta. We're seizing this castle.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Well, we're seizing it. Yeah, but why are you telling me about it? Can you just do it and leave me alone? In the 13-minute video, a woman said the castle belongs to the people. Cameron's died again.
Oh.
Technical beef! Why is it dying? Repairing the data.
I think you need a new SD card.
Maybe. One around here somewhere. But it worked fine, I believe. Last record, it's the same card. Maybe if I blow on it like a Nintendo cartridge. That might work. Heard that works. Exclamation mark. My closing. Take 3.
All right.
Take 3. See how it goes. At least I'm noticing it. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so then the 13-minute video, a woman said the castle belongs to the people and that Scots have been lied to all our lives. Lies. Castle of lies. What lies? Just lies. All of our lives. The protesters had taken the castle back, she said. Finally. This will create change. Is our castle now.
What do they want to do with it?
Don't know. Well, it's their territory now. They own it. Until they eventually realise that it needs, like, maintenance and, like, cleaning.
I'm
clean
sure
that castle.
20 protesters are going to be able to take the castle back from the Ministry of Defence.
Well, this is my whole thing about, like, people like, if you've all got guns and stuff, we can rebel against the government. It's like, even if it was gun versus gun, they still go, all right, you can destroy us, the government, but then you won't have any medicine. You know that, right? What? Yeah, we've got all the medicine as well. So have you got all the medicine as well? No, we haven't got the medicine. Overthrow us then, see how it goes. You've got more firepower than us, sure, but we've got medicine. We've also got, like laws and prisons. Have you got those? No. Well,
we've got a castle.
You haven't thought this through. Even if you kill the government, you then have to replace the government with the government, right? I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
So yeah, think it through. If you're going to steal a castle, figure out what you're going to do. But yeah, so Edinburgh's liberated again. Edinburgh Castle, anyway.
Nice.
It's been liberated by the Magna Carta. The audience.
What is the Magna Carta?
Can't remember.
No.
It was some kind of legal document, wasn't it? So it was like, the Americans have got their big constitution.
Yeah.
I think it was the same, but like for Romans, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. I tell you what, we're a bit short on news this week. Let's have a look up the Magna Carta. Something like that. Explore its... Oh my God, this is a whole website. Who knew? I'm not gonna...
No.
Featured people. King John and Henry III to Pope Innocent III. Pope Innocent III. Who's he? Pope fucking guilty. No. Trying to reinvent myself. I'm the innocent Pope, the third one, The other two. Pope Innocent III and Robert Fitzwalter. All right. I'm going to look up Pope Innocent III and we'll do a whole video on him. It doesn't sound very innocent, but fair enough. Say a Magna Carta was some kind of document. Romans, English apparently, some kind of thing. We'll look up. In other audience submitted news, Japanese toy maker Takara Tomy has come up with an e-grandchild named Ami-chan. So they're selling robotic grandchildren.
Right.
To try and soothe the concerns of grandchildrenless parents, I guess.
Because people aren't having kids.
Yeah.
Well, here's a robot child. Shut up.
Deal with it.
Yeah.
Just like I can't remember what animal they did this with. I think it was dogs. It was like a dog that missed puppies or was feeling maternal. They just gave it a load of like chickens.
Yeah.
And were like, there you go. You're all fine. Everything's fine now, right? What is this new world? I'm a chicken dog. Something like that. Ami Chan boasts a 1,600-word vocabulary and utilises facial recognition to identify each grandparent and address them by name once it is registered in her memory bank. So that's good. Recognises grandparents.
That's
I must admit, I didn't find many reputable sites that have reported this, so it could be like a rumour. Could be a thing. It could also be like something that no one really wants to talk about because it's too, I don't know, maybe it's like the Candyman. If you talk about electronic grandchildren 3 times, suddenly the world is filled with them.
Yeah.
The state-of-the-art smart grandchild will only be sold on an online shop, Takari Tommy Mall, for 27,500 yen. She will go on sale from August 27th, and all models will be sold before 15th September, will be guaranteed to be delivered in time for Respect for the Aged Day, September 20th.
Respect for the aged. They won't know this one. They won't know it's not real.
Yeah. To be honest, I don't see a big problem with it. It's just a weird societal shift.
It's odd. This is your grandson, Sony.
Yeah, remember to charge them every night.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they die.
Come along, Goodmans.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I reckon mimicking that kind of relationship has benefits, I'm sure. Being able to do that. But it's just, it gets very Black Mirror-y. You know what I mean?
there is a big thing about kind of like social hierarchy and having matriarchs and patriarchs and stuff in the family. Like it is a thing. But like, I don't know how much that's helping. Like, I just wanted you to have a child. Well, I invented this robot so you would shut up.
Yeah, just shut up. And here's your Mother's Day.
Happy whatever day you need. Shut up.
Yeah, happy. I hope you don't take it in the bath with you.
Yeah.
Have fun. I don't know. It's like, I imagine, like that whole thing we covered ages ago, but like if I think it's like a late-term pregnant woman or a new parents, if they lose their baby, then they let them keep the corpse in a freezer box so that they can introduce it to the family still.
Yeah.
And have those like, and then which is, and I've met people who have experienced this. It's not even like it's a random online thing, and it's like and
they take it to the park and put it on the swing and stuff.
Yeah, because like when
drop it down the slide.
When you're expecting a baby, you've got all of these plans in your head, and for them to not exist is more traumatic than to do it with a frozen baby.
Yeah, well, I think it was proven less traumatic to have like to have more of kind of like physical closure about it.
Yeah. I imagine if that's real, then like I imagine if you were to have a robot child that like reacted like a baby, that you could kind of have that same kind of mimicked relationship with, there would be benefits in some way. It's just one of those societal uncanny valleys of like, is this still real or is this not real? And this is new to society, but what's the deal?
Yeah.
There's going to be androids running around eventually anyway.
Yeah.
So might as well start them off as grandchildren, see how they go. Don't know. How's it going to go? In other audience-participated news, a Kazakhstan bodybuilder who married his sex dolls has now fallen in love with an ashtray and plans to give it a vagina.
I covered this guy a lot. I haven't heard this new one.
But I thought it was the same guy as well, but I can't remember if it's the same guy. His name is Yuri Tolok.
That's the one. Yuri.
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Okay,
same
cool.
guy.
Yeah.
Married and divorced, and then he married another one that was also a frog, I think, or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
And now, so he must have split up with that one as well.
Now he's moving on to ashtrays. Yuri Toloko, who identifies himself as pansexual, claims that he can make love to anything, from a character to an image, a soul, or, in quotes, just a person.
You name it, I'll fuck it.
Toloko married his first sex doll, Margot, in November 2020 after dating her for 8 months. He later divorced Margot to marry his 2 new playmates, Lola and Luna. I do remember us covering this.
Yeah.
He has now fallen in love with an ashtray that he saw in a club. Now, again, I want to be absolutely clear. I'm not king shaming in any way. If you fall in love with an ashtray, I'm very happy for you. Like, it's a wonderful, love is a wonderful thing. I just love that it's obvious, he's obviously portraying this as something that's like two star-crossed lovers met eyes across a bar, but one of them was an ashtray. I just find that image really funny.
Well, it's just, he just took the training wheels off everything, and where everyone else is just like, oh, am I going to meet the right person, and like go to this, maybe by chance I'll come across them. He's just like took all the boundaries away. It's like I could meet anything.
I could give this ashtray a vagina.
Yeah. There's no limits to my love.
No limits. And that, again, it's a good thing. It's just a funny image to me. He says the ashtray could make a new addition to his family. He posted on Instagram, at first I just arranged a photo shoot with the ashtray, but then it began to attract me. I wanted to touch it again, smell it. I love its brutal scent, the touch of metal on my skin. It's really brutal. I also like that it's got a story, that it's not new, that it has served many people and continues to serve them. So he likes the backstory, the career of this ashtray. Well,
that's good though. The fact that they're getting married and he's not making it give up its job.
Yeah, keep doing what you love.
Yeah,
it's just partnership. We should keep this going. Yuri said that he was allowed to spend some time alone with the ashtray. Sometime. So someone was like, "You want to be alone with the ashtray? I'll give you 5 minutes, and then I want it back."
Yeah.
Yuri decided it would look great in his harem. That's good. He went on, I didn't want to buy a new ashtray or that they give it to me forever. I want it to continue to work, to benefit people. I love this story. I could also insert an artificial vagina in the tube into the hole. I love its story. I'm just going to add my own twist.
Yeah.
My friends accept my decision. Sometimes they laugh and say I'm crazy, but they like and love what I do, and it's important for them that I am happy, the muscle man said earlier. Recently, he revealed that he is open to dating a human on one condition, that they like his dolls. I think that's fair enough. I was in a real relationship in the past about 7 years. It's interesting and important for me and in the future. Maybe I will have a real person, but it's important that she or he likes my dolls too. So fair enough. I mean, I'm trying to. I guess I would say, if I've sensed with some people they're weird around my dog, that's definitely been a red flag that I've paid a lot of attention to. Maybe it's the same for dolls.
Yeah,
with people who love dolls.
Don't be weird around my ashtray.
Yeah, don't.
Sorry, Susan. Don't be weird around Susan.
Yeah, don't judge my sexy ashtray.
Yeah,
it's part of my harem.
Yes, anyway, that is a vagina.
What do you do for work? Are you an ashtray? Yeah, it's just the important romantic focus that I find funny. In other listener-related news, a pastor in Zambia has died after attempting to resurrect himself in the same way that Jesus did. I think Jesus died first before he was resurrected.
Yeah, you can't. Well, no. So he's on the right track then. You can't be resurrected unless you first died.
This is true.
So, he crucified himself.
He buried himself alive for 3 days.
Oh, well, Jesus didn't do that.
He didn't do it. Completely different conditions.
No.
Jesus was in a cave with a rock over it, I think.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was, like on a plinth, like laid out and everything, the body, and then they just blocked off the cave.
Yeah, this guy just buried himself. James Sakara, 22, was found dead after being dug back up in the Zambian town of Chidiza. Sakara, the pastor of the Zion Church, had convinced his congregation that he could resurrect in 3 days, mimicking Jesus Christ, and requested that he be buried beneath the earth. Maybe he's just a big fan of David Blaine.
Yeah?
But David Blaine could do it. I can be Jesus.
I think, yeah. He does all the Jesus stuff, doesn't he? Has he done other stuff that Jesus did, supposedly? There was one of them that tried walking on water.
Sat in a box in London.
Oh, sat in a box, yeah, and stood on a massive plinth in Times Square or something like that.
Yeah,
like
froze
a big,
himself.
Tall thing. Froze himself, yeah.
Underground.
Yeah, he did the buried alive thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Buried in a box.
Held his breath
he was
for
in
a while.
Box. He wasn't just like buried in dirt.
No. I mean, that will kill you.
Back. Well, it did. Before attempting the resurrection, Zakara quoted from the Bible and explained that Christ's instructions to his disciples to do this in remembrance of me on the night he was betrayed actually referred to his resurrection, not just the use of bread and wine. So he's saying that Christ is actually talking about you guys burying me alive right now. This is the real deal. His 3 assistants tied his hands together, buried him alive, where he remained for 3 days. When they came to dig him up, they discovered his lifeless body and attempted to conduct spiritual rituals. However, he still remained lifeless. His following realised his resurrection attempt had proved fruitless. Oh, it was a fruitless resurrection.
Yeah, I mean,
they didn't bring the fruit.
They needn't have waited 3 days. They could have waited 5 minutes.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Well,
I'm Christ now.
He's still dead. He's dead.
Yeah, one of the people who buried him alive has handed himself into the police. The other 2 were on the run, as Christ intended. As the Bible doth say, don't talk to the police. The pastor left behind a young pregnant wife. Oh. Well, maybe he just didn't want to be a father.
It's fair enough. Just
fuck it.
Bury me alive. Yeah, I'll be back.
yeah, 3 days. 3 days will be enough for me to fucking die.
Yeah.
Also, some random facts sent in by viewers. We've got, in Japan, Itsukushima, Japan, also known as Miyajima, is considered to be a sacred place and is home to many ancient shrines and temples. To maintain its purity, death has been banned until the 19th century. Along with childbirth, so it was illegal to die and give birth on this island, and residents were shipped to nearby islands to be treated and killed. There are no cemeteries on the island because no one dies there.
Right.
So that's always good.
Yeah.
It's also illegal to die in Longyearbyen, Norway, one of the world's most northerly cities, located on the archipelago of Svalbard. Permafrost and frigid temperatures prevent the dead from decomposing.
Oh, yes, you're not allowed to... It's illegal to... Yeah, they have to ship your body away, or you have to leave when you're about to die, or something like that.
Yeah, you go on like a death holiday.
Yeah.
You just go away and die, because if you die there, you never decompose.
Yeah.
And that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's bad to decompose. Can't do that. And that was also that was up until 1950. And then in Spain, the mayor of the town, Jose Rubio, in 1999 banned death. According to reports from the time, he felt the town cemetery was a bit too overcrowded for souls to get decent eternal rest. So he banned don't die anymore, because there's no more room at the cemetery.
You get no rest here. It's too cramped.
Yeah, it's time we all stop dying, eh?
Yeah.
Just stop it.
There's cosy and there's small, and it's just too small.
And the afterlife is too vast. Don't want to limit the afterlife, right?
Yeah.
China also made it illegal to reincarnate as of the 14th century. Without a permit.
Illegal.
Yeah, you need a permit to be reincarnated.
You got a permit to be a snail.
Well, I haven't looked too much into this, but I think from reading a brief amount of this, that is what a Buddha is. A Buddha is someone who is reincarnated as a person, I think.
Right.
In one of the cycles. I don't know.
Okay.
Although the ruling Communist Party is an officially atheist organisation, it is perennially uncomfortable with forces outside of its control, and has for years demanded the power to regulate the supernatural affairs of Tibetan Buddhist figures, determining who and who cannot be reincarnated. So there's like a State Religious Affairs Bureau, which has an Article 5, a law that authorised the authorities passed in 2007 to govern reincarnation. One must have recognition from the religious world and the temple to reincarnate, he said. So a lot of people think this is just a scam because the Chinese government is selling like 1,000 reincarnation passes a year that you just have to buy. That you don't have to buy them, but if you want to reincarnate or have the chance at reincarnation, it's important to have the right documents to hand.
Yeah. It's like when you're arrested in the States and stuff like that. It's like license, registration, keep your hands on the wheel, 10 and 2, all of that shit. Like
Who were you in a past life?
The same as anywhere. It's like if you try and get a flight without a boarding pass, you're not getting on the plane.
This is true.
We've got security protocols, and it's doubly important when we're talking about something that's going to last all eternity.
Well, I mean, we've gone through a lot of societal open and, sexuality's become more open and accepted in society. Maybe there's a lot of closeted, reincarnated people who just, to avoid all the red tape and bureaucracy and judgment, they haven't told people that they've actually been reincarnated. So maybe it's about time people stop being ashamed of previous lives as, rhinos. Or all the politics that will come with those.
Yeah.
Just come back as something. I was thinking about that. Isn't there like a science thing where energy never disappears? It just transmutes into something else.
Yeah. So like all of the, I remember we did that in science. Like we'd look at it'd be like a picture of an engine, and there'd be some arrows coming from it, and it's like you'd have to write down what kind of energy was coming from it, and so it'd be like all of the stuff that was being burned, you'd have heat and kinetic energy, and then you'd have like sound and all of that. It all just gets transformed into something else. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Or is that matter? Matter can neither be created nor destroyed. But energy is like, it doesn't just disappear, it turns into something else.
But then that means, right, batteries hold energy, right? So if you put all the energy into all the batteries, there'd be like a little bit left over. Would that be enough for a battery with no energy within it, or energy without a battery to contain it? Sounds interesting.
Yeah.
It's not. It's all bollocks. But it's just something that I thought. It's like, well, you can't, if all the energy just translates into something else, why not put it with a big battery?
Yeah.
So if you're going to reincarnate, get a passport, please.
Fair enough.
Another random fact. There's an illegal prime number. If you know it, you go to prison.
What?
Yeah, there's an illegal number, and apparently the number is like the number that's used to, what do they call it? Prison break DVDs from different regional areas.
Okay.
Like there's a 1,401 digit prime number that is illegal to know or be written down. So don't know that number and you'll be fine. It's also been used for like, it's all about digital, security, I guess. If it worked for DVDs, they're now using it for banks.
Yeah.
So if you know that number, you're going to prison. And lastly, high heels have been illegal in Greece since 2009.
Too many injuries or like...
Too much damage of ancient structures.
Oh.
So people walking along the Parthenon,
right.
like in high heels, causing damage.
I never thought about that, but that makes sense because everyone, when that ship was built, was wearing sandals, so the weight distribution was much different.
This is true. There's also less chewing gum back then.
Yeah.
They found lots of, I think it was like ridiculous amounts of chewing gum off underneath benches from like 5 AD. So they were like, no more chewing gum, no more food, no more of this.
Take your heels off, get some sensible shoes.
Yeah, which makes sense. Yeah,
doing?
It makes sense. But it's just funny, there's like, no, heels are too damaging to, I mean, they may be damaging to the life of oppression or whatever people say, but also it's damaging the columns of the Parthenon. So
yeah,
please stop.
Yeah.
Put on some decent shoes before you come walking through history, if you wouldn't mind.
You're ruining the Colosseum.
You've ruined where Jesus was resurrected. Now that guy in Zambia is not going to come back. Jeez. Do you mind? So yeah, don't wear high heels in Greece.
No.
It's illegal. And that's from me and the audience this week.
Fair enough. I've only got a few. It seemed like a fairly quiet week. A lion sanctuary in South Africa is offering visitors a reverse zoo experience in which they're locked inside a plexiglass box and surrounded by lions. The reverse
that sounds quite
zoo.
Nice.
Yeah.
That sounds like an all right night, to be honest. If you were going to have let's have a poker night, but let's have it surrounded by lions. You'd be like, that sounds pretty good.
Let's do that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad.
It said minors under the age of 14 are prohibited. I don't know why, but maybe
trauma, I guess.
Trauma, yeah, scarred for life.
I woke up and I was surrounded by angry lions. Okay, don't remember anything else.
That would be weird. I wonder if you can book it for stag do's and you can trank the guy before and he just wakes up in the cube, and it's like an escape room. You've got to get out, and then but then what?
Yeah. It's weird to think about drugging people.
Yeah,
because obviously that was a possibility for your stag do. Was like I was like, oh, I could put something in his beer and that would be interesting. And I'm sure that after a while you'd find it funny, but it does feel very, very, very weird.
I mean, there is a certain line that you are treading on in high heels.
Yeah. Well, it's like I think I'd always find it funny if it was to happen to me, but it's just evil to poison people.
Yeah.
It's just evil. So it's like
it
just feels very
you're forcing
strange
them to be vulnerable. And incredibly vulnerable.
But it's just I think it's that human DNA of morals that's like, you need to be able to trust each other with food and drink, and anybody who poisons the well is like the most evil person in the world.
Yeah.
So it just feels weird. I'm not against poisoning people.
It would affect the relationship, I think. Anytime you pass me a drink, you're like, I'll be right.
Yeah, but like I'd reckon it'd still be funny after a
My
while.
round?
Like
No.
But it's just it's like the same thing when I can't remember what I was doing it for, but it was for some kind of sketch or some kind of prop in the background of a sketch where, I was tying a noose. And as I tied the noose, I was just overwhelmed with, this is just wrong. Like, I don't think there's a genetic thing of like, if you start tying a noose, stop. Oh, speaking of nooses, another video that was sent by a mutual friend who loves the horrific was a man who jumped out of a window with a noose around his neck. And when he landed, the noose was... Apparently there's a reason why nooses are a certain length in the UK.
Okay.
And it's because if it's too long, you fall for too long, you gain too much momentum, and so you become decapitated.
Oh, so it doesn't just break your neck, it rips your head off.
Yeah, because you're going too fast, which again makes sense.
Yeah.
And it needs to be short, not too short, so that you don't strangle to death. It's got to be the perfect... break your neck.
So they've worked it out. They've spent a lot of time killing people.
A lot of time. And then some guy, like in the last 10 years, jumped out of an apartment window and, decapitated himself in front of a large crowd.
Oh.
It's always fun, isn't it? But yeah, something really weird about tying a noose. And it never even came close to poisoning anybody. But it was like, the thought of it was like, oh, that sounds like a funny idea. As you say, trank somebody and then wake them up surrounded by lions. Sounds like a great idea. Until you start to incorporate it into real life. And you're like, no, that feels wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you wanted, you could always trank someone.
Give it a go.
Surround them by lions.
The plexiglass cube can store up to 3 people at a time and has circular breathing holes that are too small for the lion's paw to fit through.
What about holes? You've got to put holes in there? Yeah, but not lion-sized holes. Oh, yeah, not lion-sized holes. But what about lion hand-sized? What's the problem with... Oh, they could put their hands through it, couldn't they? Yeah, fair enough. Well, smaller than lion fists.
Yeah. Get the lion to clench a fist, measure it, and then come back to me.
A maximum of 3 people. That sounds like you're just in a box.
Yeah, pretty much.
Put it in an enclosure. Like an enclosure-sized thing.
Yeah.
Do that. I don't know, maybe they want to emphasise the cramped living conditions.
Yeah, maybe it's a political statement. It is a lion sanctuary, so they are very pro-lion.
Pro-lion and against stag do's.
Yeah, you can come and see the lions, but we're going to lock you up.
Yeah, we'll give you holes.
Yeah.
Not lion-sized holes.
No, not after the last time. That was version 1. We're on version 4 now, and we've learned our lesson.
Yeah, we're learning.
Yeah. In other news, a man in Cookeville, Tennessee has been arrested following a high-speed chase during which he severed his penis and threw it out the car window.
Maybe this will work. I don't know. That's another level, isn't it?
Yeah.
Start amputating yourself to try and make yourself go faster. I don't know.
I mean, if you get the the stories of like train drivers who've seen people kind of like jump in front of the train and stuff.
Yeah.
Like if you're on a police chase and suddenly suddenly just a penis just hits the car window, like, and then you have to kind of like wipe it off. Like I'm pretty sure
Unexpected.
it would have a lasting impression. You'd be verging on counselling to kind of get that image out of your head.
You'd be terrified every time there was a hailstorm.
Yeah.
You'd be like, is it hail or is it fugitive penises
Yeah.
being hurled at me from beyond?
Gilbert said he heard voices on the car radio tell him to commit the act in order to save the world.
Yeah, I can save the world.
Yeah.
Just cut off your dick. Yeah.
High-speed car chase. Check. Cut off penis. Check. Throw it out window. Check. World saved. Check.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I did this for you.
It's amazing what voices people hear.
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to
Like-
assume he was nuts. Like, it's the only real reason that would happen.
Yeah, well, it's like there's usually got to be some kind of justification somewhere, even if it's warped. Just some kind of justification. It's like, oh, that'll work.
Yeah.
Something, and then it just kind of climaxes, and he's left bleeding from the groin in a stolen car.
This is the police officer. When I pulled up behind him and turned my lights on, he took off and refused to stop. He was all over the road the whole time. He turned off and came to a stop. Then he opened the door. He was naked and covered in blood. Then he shut the door and just carried on driving.
What do you want? So I'm taking this in. Right, fine, bye.
See you later.
I'm naked. Yeah, you had your moment.
Yeah. Yeah, that was that one. Last one from me. It's just a short one, but I thought it was funny. The Home Office has blamed a technical glitch after callers to an emergency Afghanistan helpline were redirected to a washing machine repair company in Coventry.
Help! What's the problem with your washing machine? What?
Bombs going off in the background.
What model have you got? Have you got the XMY700? How does that happen?
I don't know.
Like, do we still use those people in basements who just like put the lines into different holes to be like, and there's like one that goes to 999 and the other one that goes to washing machine repair.
The helpline, which was launched by the Home Office last week, is for vulnerable non-British nationals in Afghanistan. So it's just anybody that's in trouble over there. Because I think we said we were taking in like 20,000, I think, something like that. So I guess this is the number you call to be one of those lucky 20,000 people, and you get Brian's washing machine repair.
Yeah, just trying to figure out what your problem is and trying to fix it with clean laundry.
Yeah.
It's like,
Afghanistan. I don't think I can fit that until Tuesday.
yeah. I've got a seminar in Coventry on Monday. I could guess I can go to Afghanistan Tuesday.
Yeah. I might have to. To be fair, I've got another one in Iran, so maybe I can fit them both in.
Yeah. Or maybe I can just help it over the phone. You know, have you tried changing the bucket or whatever it's called? The condenser. Have you tried draining the condenser? I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you're still in government tyranny. Oh. Try a try a spin cycle.
Yeah. I'm surprised they let you through customs with a washing machine.
I'll try my best.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll order the parts, but I can't guarantee they'll be with you until next Friday.
Yeah, maybe it was just like a wrong number, like the digit was wrong
Yeah,
by
it's just
one.
It's like it'll be like an auto switchboard thing, and so whoever's set it up has just typed the wrong number in. So this guy in Coventry has got all these people from Afghanistan calling him, like just utterly traumatized.
Business is booming, but like the customers are much more fragile now.
Yeah, they all desperately want my help.
Yeah, and all the people on the other side are like, I need to buy a washing machine in order to gain access to the UK. Like, I need help. Yes, but first buy this washing machine. What is this? Some kind of Del Boy enterprise.